So, welcome back. Off-season vlog, episode 1. We're going at it. So today it is Wednesday. So I got back on Monday. It's a rest day for me today. Trained yesterday. I was going to do all this tomorrow, but I'm going to start it today because I've got quite a lot I want to run through for this episode. So hopefully it's good and hopefully it's helpful. So just going to start off. I'm going to put some pictures up from the shoots because I've had them all back now. So I'll put a couple of my favourites from both shoots up on the screen now. So I'll do that for you now. Enter me. Yeah, so I was buzzing. Like when I got the pictures back, I was like, "Fuck me!" I was so happy I continued it on. Not that I ever had any doubt where like, "Oh, I should just stop this now" or anything like that. But everyone's like, "Oh man, like fair play for carrying on and stuff." So yeah, really buzzing with the pictures. Can't thank both photographers enough. So start this now with kind of like how I'm feeling post art. Feel great. Feel really good. I'm really positive about what we're doing from here. I feel better already in terms of like energy. I feel just a bit more of a spring in my step. Wow. Anyway, so I've had the kind of like next 12-month kind of outlined from Joe. So the first 2 months we're just focusing on recovery. We need to gain some body fat at the end of the day. I need to try and be able to sleep properly for a start. So yeah, the first 2 months is kind of going into like kind of a recovery phase, gain some body fat, get back being healthy, essentially, because your body's in such a stressed state at that point with everything that we want to get healthy. So the first 8 weeks is going to be dialed in to just be recovered by the end of it. So yeah, I'm sure you know what that all means. 6 months worth of growing, so a hard push-up phase for the 2 months recovery followed by 6 months worth of growth. Yeah, we're going to grow a bit in the first 2 months anyway, but we are prioritising recovery. Then like a 2 month bridging / maintenance phase, and then a 2 month kind of wash off. So get rid of some unnecessary body fat if we've gained any. But I mean, this is subject to change. This is kind of the outline that we're kind of setting from now. It's like a 2 month wash off phase of just getting unnecessary body fat off, and then we decide where we go from there. If we will carry on pushing up for some more growth, or we go into a prep. We see, man. We'll see. So changes we've implemented straight off the bat for this week. So I had my plan from Joe Sunday night after we consumed the Pizza Hut and stuff. So I was ready to go the next day, knowing what I was going to be doing. So changes, 10,000 steps average a day. That's fine. That's easy for me. Back to cardio. So 2 30-minute cardio sessions a week. That's what I've done the whole diet, and it's what I did the whole push-up last time. So it never changes. Rest day food. Get the boring one out of the way first. This is without trace. I've worked it out when you include all the traces, but without trace, it is 5 meals, okay? 300 gram of protein a day, 75 gram of carbs from fruit, and 65 added fats, so essential fatty acids. So 65 gram of fat added, which works out after I've taken into consideration traces, which is what I've eaten today and what for the rest of the day. It'll be about 325 gram of protein, 95 gram of carbs, 80 gram of fat. I feel a bit hungry today. I didn't feel hungry Monday, but that's probably because of the calories from the day before. But I feel okay on this, and the food choices I have been making are nice and satiating. So, and I don't track veg, and when I do have veggies in a meal, it's like half a kilo of veg. So, training days, the juicy stuff. 315 protein, so again, same 60 per meal of actual protein source. The extra 15 comes from EAAs in my intra. 625 carbs, so straight back to it. Although remember that my carbs never went below 350 on a training day anyway, on the end of the diet. So 25 gram of added fat, which actually works out once you've taken into all the consideration the trace. There's a lot of trace protein from 625 gram of carbs. So it's 370 protein, 640 carb, 55 fat. Training, we are doing tier 1 DC training. So I did used to do DC training before, well, with this diet. I was doing DC training for the last 8 months. I want to continue with it. I've got enough equipment at home in my garage to do that. So DC tier 1, so the lowest volume tier, just to kind of not absolutely kill myself from I was doing tier 2 before, but when I trained yesterday tier 1. I don't know how the fuck I was doing tier 2, to be honest. But anyway, tomorrow, going to do like a full day of eating with you on a training day. So I've made so many notes here. I think I've got too much to go through, but going to film some of the workout, I think. Probably not. Let me get strong first, because I don't feel it at the moment. What to do after a diet. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to cover this now. What should we do after a diet? It's very much kind of how, if you've done a mini cut, just get straight back to gaining. Like, it's probably going to be the same as what I'm going to say here, really. Okay. Straight up to a perceived maintenance. Okay, this is what me and Joe have done. We perceive this is probably going to be my maintenance, yeah? And then we just add and adjust when we need to, okay? Because it's like the people that are this lean, let's say, after a show or a shoot or whatever they've done, and they start adding like 200 calories, 150 calories, like 50 gram of carbs a day. Oh my God, like, I'm still losing weight and all this. Because you're still in a deficit. Like, you've got to be in a serious deficit to keep losing fat towards the end of a diet. So if you're adding 200 calories, you're just wasting time and you are just still in a deficit and you're not recovering. So I've took a bit from one of Joe's latest blog posts, so check it out on his site, JJ Physique. So have a look on it on his site. It is actually really good. If you just type in Joe Jeffrey Bodybuilding, his site's the first one to come up on Google. And he's got a whole post on this. So I've took a few excerpts from it. But so being that we're now fucking lean, okay, you're highly insulin sensitive, sorry, and you're gonna have excellent nutrition, like nutritional partitioning, like the ability to partition nutrients is going to be greater than someone that saves fat. So the likelihood of all this food you're going to be eating is going to be preferentially pushed into the muscle. Okay. However, I need to add body fat at this stage, and I'm fine with that. Okay, I've already come to terms with it. Okay. For function, brain function, a reduction in stress. You've got to remember how stressed the body is at this period. Okay. Improvement of sleep, which in turn is going to relieve some stress as well. Sexual function, like I said the other day, man, I can't remember the last time I had a hard on. Okay. Or any desire to do anything like that at all. Not that I'm getting many offers anyway. And just get some energy level back. So what I would suggest to someone who's coming out of this phase is you really want to push hard for like hypertrophy at this point, okay? And it's going to be easy, like you can capitalise on this like straight off the bat, because hypertrophy at this point, progressive overload is going to be so easy because you're starting off so kind of depleted and weak. But remember, you need the recovery to come from this, because I could probably progress at the moment on any calories, but I'm not going to be able to recover from the volume or anything like that if I haven't got enough calories. Okay, so this is a bit that's taken from some of Joe's thing. Like, there's going to be like a ceiling dose of calorie intake, okay? And if you force more energy than is required to drive the hypertrophy process. So if you're taking in way more than you need to actually start gaining muscle, it's ultimately going to lead to a lot more fat gain, insulin resistance, so you're not going to be as insulin sensitivity, poor metabolic flexibility. So if you become insulin resistant, you're going to have a less productive gaining phase. So you want to keep that on point all the time. So Joe's concluding advice would be from his post is that immediately following an extended deficit phase, you want to set your calories at a sufficient amount to support training performance with steady increases in body weight. And if you're very lean, body fat accrual to a level that will allow optimal physiological function. So I think I've kind of already explained that in layman's terms first. Okay. Don't push your calories so high immediately that you look great for 2 weeks, then you spill over and you're just gaining fat. And then you've got a mini cut before pushing it back up. I said this in the previous vlog as well. Okay. Yeah, so slow and consistent gains in muscle mass over multiple years is what builds incredible physiques. That's a nice way to put it. So that's kind of enough of that, what you should do. Perceived maintenance, get stronger every week, and slow incremental changes, increases in body weight, okay? So I'm going to touch now a little bit on the social media pressure side of this and how it works for different people. Okay, so some people crumble with social media pressure. They can't, like, capitalize on it, let's say. Because I've put here, like, I thrive from this. Okay, and this is, I'm going to get into this now. So there's a lot of people message me straight away after seeing my diet the last 2 days, like, how are you just straight back to the plan? Like, and how are you not, like, wanting to eat this? How's hunger? All this, I bet all the new food's great, all this sort of stuff. And it's like, my craving to, like, smash this phase outweighs any craving I have for food. Not that I really have any anyway, okay? This sounds really harsh, but I'm the kind of person that not laughs, but kind of like, yeah, I knew that would happen. Told you so. Kind of, not laughs, but yeah, when people ruin their gaining phase in the first week, they succumb to cravings every single fucking day. They start binging, and they get fat in 2 weeks. Okay, I kind of like relish in the fact that I know I won't do that. Okay, for me, the pressure of social media is what keeps me so consistent. Okay, because I don't want to be the guy that fucks this phase up whilst everyone's watching, because to me, that's embarrassing. And I want to set a good example of what you should do and what you shouldn't do. However, like I've said, if you want to gain a load of fat in the first 2 weeks and eat whatever the fuck you want, go and do it. Just know you're not going to have a good gaining phase after that at all. Okay. So again, I want to stress the fact this is just what I do. Okay. No one has to fucking do this if they don't want. Okay. But yeah, I don't want to be the guy that fucks up in front of everyone and everyone's watching and be like, he's fucked his physique in 2 weeks, because people do that on Instagram. People relish off fucking taking the piss out of others. And at the end of the day, my food's high now already. Okay, rest day's not really, but it's like 2,500 calories on a rest day, about 4,700 on training day. That's still a lot of food. I only have to wait 1 day to my training day after a rest day. It's fine. And again, the thing is, all of my food tastes fucking good. Okay, that's why I eat it. So for me, it's fine. I feel great on this. And also, when you have that amount of carbohydrate to play with, the amount of different carbohydrate sources you can use, you know what, post-workout, I'm just going to have like loads of toast and jam. Fucking do it then. And that will cure kind of, if you've got a craving for toast and jam. Do you know what I mean? It's not going to cure your cravings for fucking Mackies or whatever. But... So there's also, I've been asked this a couple of times as well. And I went off on a bit of a tangent. Not a tangent, a bit of a rant about it. Not a rant. I don't know what I went off on. Someone messaged me saying, like, I bet you're loving the amount of food you're having to eat now that you're back on this phase. Like, all your food looks so amazing the other night. Granted, it did. Yeah, I get it. And this might sound boring, but this is just me, okay? It's just food, and it's always going to be there. Food will always be there, okay? And if you do well in this phase, when it gets to a point of like, you know what? I really fancy that burger or that pizza or whatever. You'll be able to get away with it because you haven't fucked up in 2 days. Or 2 weeks, okay? And that's when you can capitalise on those off-plan meals. again, this might sound sad to some, but food is just part of the job to me now, okay? And eating is literally a job in itself, okay? It's full-time, all the time. So, I can't believe I've been talking this long about this already. This YouTube gets out of hand. I think when you get to a point of, like last off-season, when you have to eat so much, okay, you don't really look at food the same as anyone else does. There's going to be, obviously, people, I know, like, Josh Bridgman, his food goes fucking super high. You know, Austin Stout, his food goes super high. Like, do you think they're bothered about food? No. They just do it because they've got to do it. So you kind of not fall out of love with it. Everyone loves food, but it's a means to an end at some points. And I've put that here as well. It's like, don't get me wrong, I love food. I love like all my fucking almond butters and shit like that and dark chocolate. I love food. Like, that's why I make my food taste so good, because I love food. I love cooking and I love my food. But like, when it comes to off-plan stuff, yeah, it's fucking nice. Of course it is. Anything is gonna be satiating me. So I'm gonna like anything. So the off-plan meals, yeah, they're great, but I don't really crave it through the week, or like, oh my god, I can't wait to get to Saturday. Like, for me, I have it in the push-up phase. Well, Joe wants me to, but I have it once a week in a push-up phase to build more of the social relationships with other people who I'm going to be eating with and stuff like that, and to create some normality, okay? As well as, I think this is the most important part for me especially, and I think for probably a lot of people, if they're going to listen to this, okay? If you want to take something away, listen to this. If you go all in, okay, this off-season, and literally stay rigid every week, never have an off-plan meal. Your coach is telling you, no, I don't want to come off the plan. Well, it's the fucking plan. But, like, I just want to be so consistent and stuff. And there is people out there that do it like this, okay? And this might not happen to them, but it's what I've seen in the past, okay? You then get to your diet phase, and you're so mentally exhausted and fucked already that this transition over to a diet is you're already mentally exhausted. So you're going into that thinking, I wish I took them off-plan meals, you know, in off-season and been a bit more flexible and stuff. Because I wouldn't be this fucked now. Like, when I was told to diet, when I was deciding, like, let's diet now, I was so ready because I took advantage of that. In my last push-up phase, you know, and it ended up having to be like 2 or 3 meals off plan a week because my appetite was so fucked. But it's an easier transition to make then if dieting if you've taken advantage of it during this phase. But it's also not a chance to just take the absolute piss. Everything in moderation. And look, I'm gonna end this by saying, like, I don't expect anyone to be like me, and I'm not saying that at all. Okay. You can do whatever the fuck you want in this phase, okay? I'm just trying to give you an insight or some help to how I think you should approach it. But again, it's just my opinion. If you want to gain all the body fat in the world, go and fucking do it, okay? That's what's going to make you happy, okay? End of the day, if it's not going to make you happy, there's no point in doing it. This is going to get emotional now. But everything I do it because it makes me happy. Simple as. And when you're happy, you're going to have more success. When you're a more positive person, you're going to attract more positivity towards your life. 100%, I believe in that. If you're a fucking negative little cunt all the fucking time, what do you think your life's going to be like? Fucking negative. Okay, don't know how I've gone to this topic, but I'm going to end it there. So, I'm going to do a full day of eating tomorrow. Or I might put this on tomorrow at the end of tomorrow's vlog. I don't know. I don't even know how I'm going to set it up, guys. So I could be ending... No, I'll do an outro. Do an outro tomorrow. Peace, love. Good morning. So as you saw, 192, dead. So about £1.5 up since the diet in like 4 days, which is nothing obviously. It's probably just food volume if anything, so we're in a good spot, keeping things tight. Anyway, I'm going to start cracking on a day. I'm going to train first thing. First thing I do when I get up, check my blood glucose. So I'll go through that with you now, haven't checked it yet. So, the old pin. Get some blood out of there. Funny, that'd be fucking 7. So we want to be aiming really below 5.2 is optimal, and it's 4 dead. That's pretty low. As well, I haven't really moved since I've got up, so it would probably be a bit higher than normal, and I've only had a little bit of fluid. Normally I'd like to get a bit of water and get moving a bit before I take it, but whatever. So I'll probably still in the freeze, but yeah, good reading. Aiming to get some water in like straight away. Then, quite cribs, this one. Welcome to my crib, look at all my mushrooms in there. Pre, made last night. Intra, made last night. Whack them in the fridge. Little hack there, top tip. So I've got a scoop of Stimmy Max Black in graped flavour with a scoop of Glycosize from Cardiff Sports Nutrition. Obviously, Stimmy Max Black is strong. And I've got 75 gram of carbs from my Intra, 15 gram of EAAs. So the carbs are just from highly branched cyclic dextrin whilst I wait for some Carbomax from the boys. 15 gram of EAAs from Essential Max by Strom. Just getting ready to go now. So, and then 10 gram of creatine, 3 gram of salt, scoop of Askamax, mint. So, gonna get to the gym now, the garage gym. Got full body, Fortitude Tier 1, so upper loading with lower pump. So that'll be a good session. If you want to know more about Fortitude training, don't ask me. Buy the fucking book, it's $20 and it's the best thing you'll ever read. I don't pay $20 and read 157 pages worth of stuff and learn for them to be like, well, this is how you do it. Support the people that created it. Peace, see you in a bit. So we are back from training. Yeah, you can see me. So I'll run you through my current post-workout meal. So current post-workout meal without trace is 300, we're aiming for 300 carb, 60 protein, obviously 0 fat post-workout, like 0 added fats. Okay, there's a difference between added fats and trace fats. Like I'm not going to be putting like almond butter in the meal and stuff like that. So firstly, the mixing bowl. This doesn't really do, actually, and I've got a fucking bowling ball head, like my head is fat, so that gives you an idea of how weighty that is and big. So in here I've got 400 gram of 0% fire Greek yogurt. Okay, so I'm going to use that as my main protein source, and then to build up the extra protein because there's not enough, 25 gram of Velocirway from Strom. I've used Raspberry Ripple today. That is fire with yogurt. It's so good. So clean up as I go. Okay, next ingredient to the bowl, 250 gram frozen raspberries. These have been in the microwave for about a minute. Okay, so they go a bit gooey and they're not frozen. So that into the bowl. Okay, the mixing bowl. So reset the scale. I need 180 gram Cocoa Pops. This is a 720 gram box, like the big one. You just keep pouring, yeah. Just gonna keep going, mate, yeah. Fucking hell, come on. Boom, 180. So 180 gram of Cocoa Pops is like 150 carb. very low fat cereal, what we want. So then I've got 50 gram of banana going in pre-sliced, okay, done that already in the background. This is one I made earlier, guys, okay. That's going on top. So we've got the yogurt, whey, Cocoa Pops fruit bowl going in. I'm just going to put this in the fridge. Yeah, bear with me, not even going to cut this bit out. That, and I've got one bagel. I alternate, okay, between these sourdough bagels from Sainsbury's or the Sesame New York. Both really good, but the sourdough I haven't had for ages, and they're pre-sliced, so much easier. So, putting that in the toaster now. I'll top that with a bit of 1 cal butter spray, and then I've got 6 caramel rice cakes. I fucking love these, and because I've got like a big fucking cupboard full from panic buying, I need to use them. So 6 of those. I love those. So that's that. So in total, it's like just over 300 carb, about 303 carb, about 10 fat, and then it works out about like 85 protein. So it's about 1700 calories in a meal. But it goes down easy. But it's gonna be good because I can alternate between a few different things now and again, different cereal, shit like that. This is probably the easiest way for me to get it down at the moment. I've still got hunger, and I could devolumize this. Like, instead of rice cakes, I could just use jam on bagels, easy. Or I could add jam to that, or just more cereal. So it's about getting it in easily, but I also want to cover some hunger at the moment, because I am hungry. So as the off-season progresses, this meal will get smaller in terms of actual volume, but not actual macronutrient volume. So yeah, gonna set that all up, show you when it's done. That gives you kind of the idea of the size of the bowl. So yeah, there we go. Gonna eat that now. Get chilled. Well, I've been chilling for about half an hour anyway. Get the resting heart rate down and consume the food. Yeah. So I'll probably see you at the next meal. Peace. Bye. Back at you, meal 2. So cream of rice bowl, fruit whey. Oh baby, that is again big bowl. Whilst hunger is still high, I want to satiate myself, and I can volumize this pretty well. So ingredients wise, Cardio Sports Nutrition cream of rice. This is the first time trying this flavour, because Rick had some spare that he gave me, and I hadn't tried that one yet, so I thought, fuck it, I'll go with that one. Fucking really good. I'm surprised at this combo, because I did it with then Velocity chocolate sponge cake. So chocolate and salted caramel is going to go pretty well. Can you hear that? Do you mind? 260 gram co-op summer fruits. This is really good because it's quite a low carb fruit, so you can get a lot of it. And then 75 gram of banana. I'm in the freezer. And then 4 gram pink Himalayan salt. So that meal is like, okay, 2 seconds. I'll do that after. It's meant to be 150 carb, 60 protein, no fat. So it works out after trace about 150 free carb. I don't count the free carbs that are in the whey. So about 150 free carb, just less than 10 fat. Why there's fat in there, I don't know where it's coming from. A lot of fruits, like frozen fruits on the packaging, says there's fat. Well, there's not fat in fucking fruit. But anyway, and a little bit in the cream of rice, but nothing to worry about. So yeah, just under 10 fat, about 75 protein, about 1,000 calories. So this is gonna again top me up, keep me satiated as I want. So I'm gonna go and eat this now. I'm not doing it on the sofa all the time because I feel like people think, does he ever move from his fucking sofa, the lazy fat bastard? Quick change. So next meal, in my trusty glass bowl. Glass Tupperware is the fucking one, man. So I've got 250 gram of uncooked weight chicken, so 60 gram of protein from chicken breast, 70 gram of rice in my trusty rice cooker. If you haven't got a rice cooker, get on it, they're sick. So yeah, 70 gram of jasmine rice in there, which is about 55 carb, something like that, 55. And then 150 gram of pineapple in there as well. So chicken, rice, pineapple, 75 gram of carbs, 60 gram protein, incredibly low fat, or 0 fat, near enough. I think it's like 1 gram, 2 gram from the chicken breast, which is nothing, don't count that. So yeah, that's that meal. And seasoning wise, okay, garlic granules, smoked paprika, and then hot sauce and mustard on top. Fire, if you know, you know. I also forgot to add in that meal about 500 gram of veg from lettuce, mushroom, courgette, aubergine, lettuce, mushroom, courgette, aubergine, and a bit of gherkin. Fire. So yeah, eat your veg, kids. So meal 4, 85 gram of whey, so 60 gram protein from whey, 30 gram of nut butter there, so that's 15 gram of fat. Beautiful meal, beautiful. And then I've got 200 gram of raspberries, 125 gram of kiwi with the skin on, because apparently that's fucking savage, bro. So that's, yeah, 60 protein, 15 fat, 25 carb from fruit. That's all I'm going into on this one, because this is already a fucking stupidly long video. Right. Last meal going in, 220 gram, 5% minced beef, 60 gram of chicken just to make up the extra protein. So 60 gram of protein, no carbs, 500 gram of veg. That is it. So that's the new training day diet done. This has been a fucking long video, so I'm going to stop now. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that fucking shit. Also, there's going to be a new member of the Chapman household tonight that we're collecting. It's not gym equipment. It's a living thing. That's a clue.